15:06 Sebastian Vettel is hopeful that Ferrari can still challenge Mercedes for victory at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, despite a sizable deficit in qualifying. Mercedes locked out the front row of the grid at the Yas Marina Circuit, as Valtteri Bottas posted a new track record of 136.231, just under twotenths clear of teammate Lewis Hamilton. Behind the top two, there was a sizable gap back to the rest of the field, with Vettel emerging as Mercedes' nearest challenger, over half a second slower than Bottas. Reflecting on qualifying, Vettel said, "I think it was a good session. Obviously it's a bit of a shame to be this far back from pole position, but tomorrow with the race pace I think we can be very strong." Valtteri obviously had the better lap, so congratulations to him. It should be a fun race. Overtaking is not always straightforward, but not impossible. Kimi Räikkönen finished fifth in the other Ferrari, between the Red Bull drivers, and lamented a struggle to make the ultra-soft tire work. "I had a good feeling with the car, but in qualifying it was a bit of a struggle to make the tires work and be happy with those," he commented. "I had too many slips and slides, and was throwing away the lap here and there, so it's far from ideal. It's the same for everybody, but it was a little bit tricky, more tricky than I expected." Latest news: 2019 Oliver Rowland has been disqualified from victory at the Formula 2 feature race at the Yas Marina Circuit, thus promoting Artem F2 1815 F1 1812 F1 1808. Williams chief Paddy Lowe has described Russian youngster Sergei Sirotkin as a new prospect that the team is evaluating. F1 1650 Fernando Alonso says he is receptive to a wider World Endurance Championship campaign, if the opportunity arises, alongside his F1 1556 F2 1554 Dams. Oliver Rowland overhauled Russian time rival Oliver Rowland for victory in the final feature race of the Formula 2 season. F2 1514 Red Bull's Daniel Ricciardo believes he can capitalize on his higher-than-expected qualifying position and challenge for a place. F1 1506 Sebastian Vettel is hopeful that Ferrari can still challenge Mercedes for victory at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, despite a F1 1430 Mercedes. Valtteri Bottas emphasized that victory at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is his clear target after he recorded his fourth F1 1429. Lewis Hamilton heaped praise on Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas for delivering an incredible qualifying performance too. F1 1404 F1 1403 Valtteri Bottas beat Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton to capture his fourth pole of the campaign, and second in a row, for the F1 1242 F1 1211 join Red Bull drivers Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo as they cycled the Yas Marina Circuit ahead of the season-ending Abu F1 1155 Art Grand Prix. Antoine Hubert has been stripped of the points and reversed pole that he earned in GP3's first GP3 1103 F1 1101. Lewis Hamilton remained at the top of the times during Saturday afternoon's final practice session for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. F1 0945 F1 0912 GP3 0910. Arden's Nico Carey cruised to his maiden GP3 victory at the Yas Marina Circuit, ending Art Grand Prix' year-long dominance of GP3 0902. Take a look at some close calls and impressive displays of car control in Formula E in this compilation video put together by FE0824. Formula One is planning to introduce 360-degree onboard cameras onto each car from the 2018 season, as part of Liberty Media's F1 0808. Formula One will no longer feature sized shark fins in 2018, after McLaren opposed a planned retention of the aerodynamic F1 0534. Join Red Bull Racing as the team prepares its garage and equipment for the final Formula One event of the year at the Yas Marina. F1 1916 Art Grand Prix. Alexander Albon has been excluded from the results of Friday's qualifying session at Yas Marina after officials F2 1734 F1 1729. Sebastian Vettel believes Ferrari does not need to undertake many changes prior to Saturday's qualifying session in Abu Dhabi. F1 1715 Daniel Ricciardo has played down Red Bull's chances of competing with Mercedes and Ferrari over the course of the Abu Dhabi F1 1702. Lewis Hamilton was encouraged by Mercedes' start to proceedings at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, as he set the quickest ever lap of F1 1622. In his latest vlog, Nico Rosberg visits Singapore to pick up a produced by IWC, created to mark the first anniversary of F1 1544. Formula One chairman and CEO Chase Carey has confirmed that the sport will introduce a new logo after Sunday's season-ending Abu F1 1540 F2 1539. Artem Markov controlled qualifying for the Formula 2 feature race at Yas Marina, taking pole position, his first for F2 1437 F1 1433. Lewis Hamilton topped the timesheets during Friday evening's second practice session for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, with F1 1321 Genzer driver Juan Manuel Correa must start Saturday's first GP3 race from the pit lane after he was judged to have impeded. GP3 1245 F1 1218 Williams driver Lance Stroll says he merely wants a team player to join him at the outfit in 2018, following the retirement of F1 1150 GP3.